their forte. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Game 1 between Secret and Aftermath. This is a best-of-7 show match, and starting off for Aftermath, in the green, we have Leary. Leary's playing as the Mayans, and then in the blue, we have Hart. Hart is playing as the Franks. Okay, I want to make sure I didn't get any messages from them because they had paused. Up against Leary in the south is Doubt. Doubt is playing as the Incas. And then his ally is Jordan 23. Jordan 23 is playing as the Franks. So we have Incas and Franks, Mayans and Franks. They had free pick for this game. They cannot use these civs in the following games. With me, I have Dave. Happy to be casting with you, man. It's going to be a lot of fun today.
Oh, it's going to be a fucking pleasure, my friend. Let's go.
First thing I noticed is that Leary's gold is very far forward here.
Yeah, but his map's beautiful.
But yeah, the rest of his map can be easily walled off. So I think if he solves that problem, man, he has multiple wood lines to choose from. He can even go to that back gold. So maybe he doesn't. He can just avoid the main one.
He can go mill those deer instead of the berries. Like, there's so many things that he can do here, and it's so easy to wall off.
Yeah, you're right.
Money already, please.
Well, normally one person goes scouts, the other goes archers. So this is a very good archer map for him, assuming he gets the walls up. Looking at his ally. Hart could have some problems later on throughout the game with gold. He'll go scouts into knights most likely. That left-hand side is a bit awkward with the hill, the main gold, main stone, secondary gold, and stone. But
look at the deer's even running into Leary's TC. This is hacks.
Wait, that deer? How did that get there? Did it bug out?
It bugged out. Yeah.
Oh wow.
It's cheating.
He'll push both of them, I bet. Oh my god, it's moving without him even pushing it. Alright, so strong start for Leary. I guess he's going to quickly get the one that's next to his TC. And I'll look at Doubt's base quickly. Doubt, he's the one who will probably go archers for his team. Yeah, that's not a good gold location for him.
It's so hilly there, too.
Very hilly, open on the front.
Against Mayans.
Yep.
Like, you don't want to see that because they're probably going to go for some ranged. Maybe he'll go Eagles. I don't know.
I mean, you could go for a forward with Incas, like man-at-arms forward or something. You switch it up, but normally in 2v2s, you want that mobility, right? You don't want to just go forward with towers. You want military. I guess Leary... Oh, he didn't get any of the deer, Dave. He didn't get any of the deer. Interesting. I think that there was lag there or a pause, and maybe he missed it. The deer was injured, but it's gone all the way back. Still good base for him.
Yeah, and he's already going out to wall it up. Like, he needs the houses, but he's strategically placing them in the choke points. And he's going to be super secure. And Doubt's going to see this. He's got his eagle running around here.
Yeah. Now, let me ask you what you think of the civs. We have Mayans and Franks, and we have Incas and Franks. What are your thoughts?
Franks is... It's weird how both teams went for that the first game. It's really weird, and I wonder if they had a suspicion that the other team would pick a Meso Civ, so they went Franks so that they could counter that Meso Civ.
It's possible. I think, as I said before the game started, you would want a good Knight Civilization, and then you want a good Archer Civ. Meso Civs are always good with Archers, so I guess it works out whether it's Incas or Mayans here. Though you gotta favor Mayans with the archers because they have the plumes. Incas might go Eagles in late game though, if we get there. You never know.
Well, Incas have a really strong like early imp, right?
Yes, they do.
Like Mayans, once you build up enough plumed archers, you can counter Incas kind of if you're fighting in choke points in the right spots.
Yep.
So it's kind of a stalemate between the two civs, to be honest.
Well, the cool thing about Franks is that they have the extra scout HP. So it will be scouts in tonight's. If you would have gone Mongols or Huns instead of Franks, then in the scout engagements you would be behind almost every time because of the lack of HP. So that and the fact that their farm upgrades are free, that's big because you can up much earlier. So I think there's a lot of reasons why Franks would be strong here. We'll see
have
soon
gotten a
enough.
lot better too.
Yeah.
Like with Wallow Kingdoms with that berry bonus there, it's very, very nice for them.
I used to hate Franks. They were so awkward before, but nowadays I think they're pretty strong. They're not overpowered like some civilizations. I think it's just enough. And a Hart clicks up to Feudal Age. Jordan clicks up to Feudal Age. So both players playing as Franks are advancing. And it's the same populations for them.
Is Leary going for Drush? That's really late, man. Or is he going to send that second villager back to the...
Yeah,
the
I
gold?
think that's what it is. I think he will... Well, hold on a second.
He's walling up hard, man.
And he's creating more vills. That's what's confusing to me. I thought that he might build a mining camp there with the villager that's walling.
Here come the militia.
That's a
That's
late
late.
drush. A very late
That's
drush.
late.
I'm not a fan of the drush decision in 2v2s at all. Because, sure, Leary, he might be able to get to Castle Age faster beyond this drush. But Hart could be 2v1s by archers and by scouts then. And Delt's actually going to start with man-at-arms and then go
Leary
into
can
archers.
see that.
Yeah.
Leary had his eagle right there. He knows the men-at-arms are coming. Well, he'll know as soon as Doubt hits feudal, and he has to suspect, since Doubt still has them garrisoned in the barracks.
Well,
so maybe Drush isn't that bad to kind of like distract the man-at-arms and keep them at Doubt's base.
It was a late decision. So maybe he saw Doubt was going man-at-arms, and he figured, okay, Doubt won't have as many resources to go for archers. Doubt won't add the archery range immediately, potentially, so I can afford to drush, and this will turn into a 1v2 situation as Feudal Age goes on, because Leary won't be able to contribute much. But the whole idea here, for those wondering, is to delay Doubt. And he's going to attack Doubt before he's upgrading to man-at-arms as well. And he'll just wall behind this. That's a great start for Leary in this fight, Dave.
So many free hits there, but he's going to lose a militia.
Yep.
That's not a good ending. It was a good start. I don't know if it was a good ending. Maybe.
It's as good as it gets, I think. Because he's been using his Eagle Warrior here. So,
yeah, Doubt had to cancel men-at-arms.
Yeah, so Doubt also lost a lot of HP on his Eagle. I don't think Leary should lose his Eagle here, so he needs to run. And yeah, that cancels out the militia for both players. And Doubt will now go for archers. I say that he hasn't even added an archery range, and Leary is still in Dark Age, and he's working his way up to Feudal, and then he will try and go for a faster castle. The scouts for Hart now coming forward, Dave, and same for Jordan.
Yeah, basically identical builds, and they're both walling up. They're both being super safe here. Like, look at Jordan and Hart's walls, man.
Yep.
That's nuts.
And once the walls are completed, it'll be a pretty solid base for Jordan. The one vulnerable area will be his main gold, but he doesn't even need to take that initially. And Hart's main gold is still awkward, but he doesn't need to take that either. He does have that, well, 2 other gold options, I guess. Still awkward, but I think it'll be just fine.
Oh, Leary didn't scout the back of his base. He's making that whole wall against the secondary gold.
Ooh.
Not really necessary. He could have secured that pretty well.
He hits Feudal Age. He's building an archer range, and he'll go for a blacksmith. Kind of lacking the food at the moment, in all honesty. He probably should have milled those deer in the back, and maybe had he scouted, it would have been easier for him, but he will go for that castle time. And I think
Doubt's coming forward.
Yeah, I think Doubt realizes that. What do you think of this decision for Doubt to go forward?
I mean, it's Doubt, so it's
it's always a risk.
Yeah. We might see the Doubt tower here. Like, is he gonna go around near that house? That one little house wall near the main gold of Leary?
I don't know where he's going. Maybe he expects his opponent is on stone. Maybe he thinks Leary's going for plumes. But he's not even going to try and tower that main gold. That's the only area I could think of. And there's a signal from Doubt. He signals where he's going to go, I believe, to his ally Jordan. But a moment ago, Jordan lost his scout, so...
Well, Jordan is just patrolling here, making sure Blue doesn't come and interrupt this.
Yeah, okay.
They know where Doubt wants to go, and they know that Blue could come along with scouts at any moment, so... Jordan is running cover for these builds.
And Leary is on his way to Castle Age, and he will go crossbow immediately when he hits the next stage. Doubt, he is mixing in archers behind this. He actually has more archers, more military than Leary does, but he'll lack the upgrades. And these villagers have done very little.
And that's a whole lot of scouts near Doubt's base.
Can Doubt tree hop this? Do you see that Leary has used the tree as part of the wall? I think Doubt could chop that tree down, palisade it, and let Jordan in. And he scouted that. He just hasn't thought of it.
But Doubt's at his own base. Doubt might be losing a lot of archers. No, he's saving them now.
Oh, he's running back, Dave, but he doesn't have the hill. I don't think that's ideal to lose your archer numbers. Great engagement for Hart, and he's going to get the heck out of here. So now it's up to Leary to hold at his base. Just as he hits Castle Age, He can afford crossbow. He cannot afford bodkinero, as is the norm when you go for this strat. Dicey times, but the good thing for Secret is that they've kept Leary's crossbows at home. Leary can he can't go forward with his advantage. He has to stay at home. That's great.
Oh, Doubt's gold at home. That's not good. His army is out of position. Couple more villagers gonna die.
Yeah, he'll lose 2. And Doubt was probably hoping that going forward would keep him safe at home. That has not happened. And the second tower he tried to build forward, that's being denied by Leary's crossbows.
Look at Doubt's res. It's not looking good for him, man. And he doesn't have that many farms. It's going to take him a long time to go up.
It's all Jordan now, really. And Jordan's even behind, in comparison to Hart, he's behind a Castle Age. So Hart will be pumping out those knights earlier.
Yeah, Leary's losing some crossbows to the tower. Not the greatest effort ever from him.
First game of the day. First game of the day.
Like, look at this again. What is he doing?
I think he wants to make sure that Doubt doesn't put that up, so it would be annoying. And yep, he's keeping an eye on it. But he can play it super safe economically now, Dave. He's adding a TC, so he knows he doesn't need to go for ballistics early or push or anything because they have a good advantage as a team. And Hart picked off another villager there, I believe, in Doubt's base. And he's running around, and Jordan is coming to chase down these scouts to help Doubt out. And knights will soon follow for Hart from 2 stables back at home. Jordan has to be aggressive. Instead of adding TCs, he needs to add more knights, get more upgrades, and he needs to give Doubt some time here. That's what I think. But the tower was so weird. It took so much time to get here. Why not go forward to where the main gold was and try and tower there? A weird decision for Doubt.
I guess the tower has held Leary into his base for the entire early castle.
Yeah, this is true.
So,
but obviously Leary's position is still quite good. He picks off 1 villager, he'll pick off 2, he'll pick off 3, he'll pick off all 4. Oh my god, Doubt's at 34 villagers, Leary's at 41, and he has 2 TCs in Castle Age, so huge advantage between Doubt and Leary. Hart doesn't need to win the game now, he just needs to not lose it, because as a team, Aftermath is much stronger. And I think he knows that, Dave. Back at home, he goes for 2 additional town centers, and he's sending the knights out. Okay.
Jordan is going for 2 TCs. We'll see. We'll see, man.
Well, on the bright side for Jordan, he's walled at home, so he can afford to send all of his knights over to Doubt. But it's never good to be in that position where you're forced to play defensive, because it's not as if Jordan can go to Leary. That just won't work out. Good scout engagement for Jordan, but scouts aren't all that important now, and Hart's actually luring the scouts from Jordan in towards Leary's crossbows. +2's on the way for Jordan, that's good. So he'll have +2, but that's a lot of crossbows, and it is Leary, who is, in my opinion, the best micro in the game.
Yeah, and Doubt isn't even Castle Age, so there's no possibility of like a mangonel or anything to hurt those crossbows. He's gonna have a really rough time here.
I think he has to build a lot of towers. Lots of towers, use the market, and try and click up at some point. Leary and Hart equal on, well, sorry, Hart's knight numbers are equal to Jordan's, but I don't think the lack of an upgrade makes a difference when Leary has so many crossbows, and Doubt's woodline is harassable. He has to run away from it, and luckily his tower is kind of saving him, but it's still looking much, much better for Aftermath. 54 vills for Leary now, Dave.
I feel bad for Doubt. What are you supposed to do in this position against crossbows with more range than your units?
Yeah, you can't do anything. You have to try and stop them from advancing up the hill, really. But you don't want to get that close to the knights. Hart has a few more villagers than Jordan now, and really everything in Game 1 looking better for Aftermath. And Doubt clicks the Castle Age. Let's go! They're going to have to be aggressive. They have to push this early. Well, early castle for Doubt, I guess. It's not early castle for the others. Because they can't just boom up now. Doubt's behind 20 vills. They need to push. So maybe add a siege workshop, hope to get a lucky mangonel shot, or just add 3 or 4 ranges and make a ton of crossbows.
Jordan was signaling the open spots of Leary's base, so I don't know if he was considering letting Doubt defend and going there.
Okay.
But now they're picking this fight, and it's actually not that bad for Secret here.
I think that's as good as it gets, right?
Yeah.
Leary, his crossbows aren't protected by Heart's Knights. Doubt's archers are protected and then choke point. So Heart's going to leave the hill now with a lot of weak knights, and yeah, that's as good as it gets, I think, with these armies. A good job from Doubt to sit between the blacksmith and the mill. And he'll have most of his units available to upgrade when he hits Castle Age, and that'll be coming soon. As I say that, though, Jordan loses 2 knights, and yeah, they have to push. They probably have to push Leary. And is Leary on stone at home? Yeah, dude, Leary's on stone, so eventually he'll be adding castles and adding plumes. It does not get any easier.
Here comes the university. As soon as he has ballistics, oh, everything dies.
Yep. Well, Doubt has 32 military. That's 5 behind what Leary has. The big thing is that Leary has double the amount of villagers. He's also... We might see a Doubt castle or something, at least. He has...
Yeah, he's on stone.
Yeah.
He's almost got enough.
I think... All jokes aside, I think that you need to take your advantage now with Elite Skirm and Bodkin and Crossbow. And if you get an advantage, if you take a good fight, maybe build a forward castle. Because you have to push forward with something, and that castle would really help. Defensive castles don't improve your situation here.
The best castle possible would be right beside Leary's 2 TCs on his main gold.
Yep.
But trying to get that down. If Doubt places a castle there, he will have my eternal respect. Like,
I mean,
that is a play.
It's not going to happen, at least for now, because Leary has the hill. He's also getting Thumb Ring, so Leary has ballistics and Thumb Ring, and I think Leary will place his own castle as we speak in that area. So I think they're too far behind, and Jordan probably recognizes that as well. Maybe Doubt needs to try and stay alive and sling Jordan, or wait for Jordan to hit the Imperial Age, because Jordan's getting closer. Hart is getting closer as well, though.
There's the castle from Leary, and Jordan sees it. They're coming in for the engagement now.
Does Leary not have ballistics? He just missed a bunch of shots. I don't think they should be taking this fight. Maybe Jordan and Doubt feel like they have to, but that's a lot of Leary crossbows on the hill, and that castle's going to go up.
Yep, and that's not the greatest micro from Doubt either.
And they're going to call it GG. I think they knew. They knew. That was around the time where if they hadn't done damage, it was probably over. Leary has 87 villagers, Doubt's at 44. And I guess the drush paid off for Leary because he killed Doubt's militia. He made Doubt cancel his man-at-arms upgrade. But big question marks over Doubt's decision to go with that tower all the way on the other side of Leary's base. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
It was just too far away.
Yeah.
Like, you're already behind. Your strategy, early feudal strategy, didn't work. You didn't get in at all. And I get going forward, but not at the backside of the base.
Yeah. And a safer play as well would be build 2 ranges and go for a few defensive towers, right? It doesn't necessarily, I mean, it slows you down, but it doesn't hurt you as much as going forward with 4 villagers like that and accomplishing nothing. So that was game 1. A secret, they do have other players to sub in for Doubt. They could use different players for the next game. There's the KD for you. There's the eco stats. And we're going to move on to game 2 as quickly as possible. So for those wondering, game 2 will be Scandi. They cannot reuse those civilizations. So that means for Aftermath, Aftermath cannot use Mayans again. They cannot use Franks again. And then no Incas or Franks for the remainder of this best of 7 for Secret. MBL is here for Aftermath. Nikov is here for Aftermath, so they could play in the next game. And then for Secret,